Yeah, or you can do simple math and be like, oh, it's 2 time zones away. Let me add 2.
Is he hungry? Does he need a snack?
We had a rough little hour. He had a rough little hour.
Everything sucks.
It's really not that bad. Nothing bad happened.
No, it's just things piling up.
Couple things.
Yeah.
2 things.
Couple really minor inconvenient things.
That made you very angry. It was really funny to watch.
All right, welcome to Chess Talk, episode 239. Pardon this intro, it's probably going to be a little chopped and screwed, but hello, we're here. We have Rob back.
Hi, I'm waving at you all.
As you've probably heard.
Input the rap air horns. He's back.
Yay! It's not the 2 of us.
Yay! Listeners, come back, please.
The drought is over.
Wait, where's the Solar back been?
He was on an episode, but he's a busy guy.
Yeah, he has his own podcast. He's just like a fun guest.
Yeah, we're not trying to make him a regular or anything, but
yeah,
we definitely will have him back on, just not
every day.
No, yeah, maybe once every 10 episodes or something like that. I think that'd be a good enough refresher with him.
That's fair.
Yeah, so stupid.
It's okay.
My taxes paid for this website.
Our taxes, comrade. Our taxes.
I don't know what you do up there in Washington. You probably don't pay taxes.
Doesn't
It's all a
Washington have
hippie
state
commune.
taxes too?
We don't have income tax. We have state tax, like sales and stuff.
Oh, okay. So just sales tax and federal tax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the usual. Okay, so you said, how am I?
Yes.
I'm super. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, did I talk to you since we went live?
No.
Oh.
Our product. So yeah, our thingy went live.
Yeah.
Everybody in the store is using it. Not a lot of bugs.
Oh, that's good.
That is good.
The guy who's been through a few releases said he was expecting like over 100 the first week. We haven't even hit 100 tickets until we had like a major issue last week, which was a whole lot of fun because it wasn't even us. It was like a third party vendor to our security team. And so it was like, hey, we're not down, you're down. And they're like, no, we're not down, they're down.
Yep.
And it took 10 hours to resolve it because that company didn't know that they had an issue until like they started like actually looking around and like, oh, hey, this whole data center is not working. Interesting. Yeah.
So.
It's not the first time this has happened, so it's very
good.
frustrating for a lot of the managers. But it's been very good. A lot of positive reception. All partners love the tool. It makes their lives easier, and they've been asking for all of the features, so it's now no shortage of work. Even though people on our team, one guy has quit, and we kind of like have this weird stuff going on. And it's weird, but it's been good. A lot of fun, interesting projects coming up. Personal stuff. Let's see. Madeline's pregnant, in case you didn't know.
What?
She's hella pregnant now.
Yeah.
She's round.
Because I imagine she's like 3 months away, right? 2 months?
What day is today? Today's March.
It's March. Yeah, we're in March.
So March, April, May, 3 months. Yeah, that's about right. 3.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, yeah. No, 2.5 months because it's not all of May.
Yeah, mid-May is the expected.
Yeah, I think it's the 9th right now. I don't know. But she's pregnant. She's still working. Coronavirus.
Yeah.
All up in the Washington State, and a dude died. So it's getting real.
Really?
Yeah, he
How-
died last night.
When does Madeline leave work?
Well, we'll see. Fortunately, she's not in that field.
Right.
She's more kind of a general elective type things and a few kind of medically necessary cases, but she is still in the hospital, so there is a exposure risk just in general.
Yeah.
But when she leaves is I think all dependent on when the baby's here, but also kind of how intense this all gets. So if it gets pretty bad, she'll probably just stop working and then start a leave earlier, do some sort of like non-paid leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you want to do the intro and we can get into more fun stuff, or do you want to just keep talking?
Do the intro at some point.
Because I didn't want to just have the cold open be, oh yeah, Madeline's still pregnant. So I didn't know if it was more just like personal stuff with you guys, and I was like, I'm fine with just talking.
It's related to that one thing I was telling
the
you guys.
announcement.
It's kind of the larger announcement.
And
Okay.
we've been sitting in anticipation. We haven't left this room since you told us there was an announcement.
That's a lie. You picked up the dog today.
That's it. She walked
That's all you've
herself
done.
there.
There is that dog that takes a bus like to the park and stuff. I
She's
forget where
really
it's at.
self-sufficient now.
Yeah, that's what you've missed. The training has worked wonders. She has a job. It's awesome.
She supports us. We are no longer employed.
I guess that's a big
Makes sense.
announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what's your announcement?
So there's a very high, like in the 90% plus percentile. In the next 6 months, we'll be moving to Arizona.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
knew you were moving.
Yeah.
I
that was
called
like
it.
we were both
that what you
like
guessed?
they're moving, and I think you thought you guys were gonna move back here, and then I thought you guys were gonna move to California.
Yeah.
Madeline would love to move back to
Vegas.
Nevada.
Yeah.
We're in
Because-
Arizona.
Phoenix.
Okay.
Just closer to family.
I heard it because.
I'm working on. Oh, because she gets paid more.
Oh yeah.
But also because Phoenix, because the family's there, and there's a Starbucks campus there, so I can work remotely easily.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that. I thought it
yeah,
was
there's a small
like an
one.
entire different company change.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't foresee myself staying with the same company for like 7 or 8 years, like some people do. So I definitely want to move around a bit.
That's why I
But-
thought like you had to hold off on the announcement because I was like, oh, maybe like it didn't actually fall through because it was like right when the big project was ending, and you were like, I can't announce it yet, but soon. And I was like, they're probably fucking moving.
Yeah, you were correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm talking to my parents to move there because her parents are there, just make it easier. But we'll see.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's all.
We knew like, oh, with kid in Seattle, it's like, oh, it's expensive.
Yeah.
is hella expensive.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
The hardy side.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is a non-zero chance we may move back to Vegas at some point, but it all depends on what Madeline does career-wise. If she stays a nurse or if she does something else.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Wherever life takes you, but that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is.
I'm sure.
But it's not happening yet, so it may fall through. But I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm sure your family is excited. So
But they don't know yet. Her family does. My family doesn't because we don't want to tell them until it's like for sure.
and then
Because
her family lives where? California still?
no, they lived in SoCal, but they moved to Phoenix, and then her sisters
Oh.
already live in Phoenix.
His parents are still in.
Oh,
California.
Sorry, this whole time I thought
No.
his family was in Phoenix.
No.
You got it mixed.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay. I won't hold it against you. Yeah, they're trying to go to like pseudo retire there and then retire permanently there just so it's cheaper. Fucking California's nuts.
Because you guys were in Northern California, right?
The cheaper California, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still expensive.
Still California.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What about you guys? What's new with you peeps? Besides dog being independent.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I've baked.
Jesus.
I've been baking a
Yeah.
lot.
Ooh.
I mean,
what'd you bake?
so much.
When this weekend I made macarons. They were not that great.
Good.
They're good. They're
You're
just
doing
not.
another brioche right now.
I'm doing another brioche right now. That's
I-
turning out amazing.
I
Every
mean,
time I've made it.
The engagement happened since we last talked to you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, let's see some deets on that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't too many details, I don't think.
Yeah, we went to Mount Charleston.
Yes. It was snowing. We were not dressed for it.
Nope. I had to wait like a week to get my ring back
That was a fun ordeal.
because he didn't realize I have sausage fingers. So
Oh my god.
it didn't fit.
It's not like I got a size 2. I was off by a ring size.
Yeah.
I think that's within the margin of error for most guys.
Yes. Yes, you were close.
Yeah.
But
That's funny.
I was a brat
Yeah.
for a whole week.
You gotta do that recon, my dude. Get somebody else to measure her fingers.
She tried on our coworkers.
I didn't try on Michelle's ring.
I distinctly remember a conversation between you and Michelle where Michelle was like, "Oh yeah, this is my ring size, and you're definitely smaller than mine." So, and
Well,
I was
Michelle
like, "Okay."
also didn't realize I had sausage fingers.
So, like, I did what I thought was the right thing, and I got fucked.
It's okay.
Um,
It's back.
It's okay.
It fits.
yeah,
I only lost it once.
you didn't lose it. I mean, you lost it in your dream, and then you also it fell off while you were sleeping, and you panicked.
Yeah.
At 2 a.m,
I
woke
thought Chloe ate it.
up, woke me up with a
boy.
goddamn flashlight in my face.
I was trying not to.
Where is it? You took it back.
Yeah, that's dreams are great. I totally related to being a nutcase having a dream. One
Am I a
night this
nutcase?
week. Yeah, well, yeah, like like it's because your brain. It's weird how your brain gets stuck in the dream when you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up the other morning and like for some reason, which I have no recollection on why. At least you know why you were doing the thing you were doing. I was very aggressively trying to take the phone case off my phone. Like I did it. Like I was in the bathroom. I was going to the bathroom. I was getting angry that I couldn't. I finished the bathroom. I go back and lay down, take it off, the phone case off, and I put it on my nightstand. And then I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are these taken apart? Put it back together. And then I remember like, wait, that actually happened.
Yep.
I couldn't get my phone case off. So you're not crazy, but you're kind of crazy. It just happens.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
You got.
part of the engagement is I talked to Brittany's parents and
Oh,
I
God.
told them our plans for potentially moving out of Vegas, and now I feel like your mom's mission is to get me a job that's in Vegas.
My brother texted me. He works for MGM and he's worked there for years and he's really high up in their like IT kind of field. I don't even know exactly what he does.
I think he's more in like the software and
Yeah, I don't know what he does, but
Yeah.
he texted me randomly and we don't really talk. And he's like, "What kind of certifications does Cody have? MGM's hiring. Want me to tell him to have his resume ready?" No.
I mean, I'll send the resume over, but like I feel like they're now trying to keep us in Vegas. Like, but it's hot.
It's really hot.
I will add a counter anecdotal. If you're comfortable where you're at and it's just you want a job,
Yeah.
I wouldn't move.
Yeah. I mean,
Like it's the headache of doing it is oftentimes not worth it. You do experience new place, which is cool, but if you can integrate into it, especially because there's a huge amount of employment there.
it's
So-
just
and I know a guy that's getting hired at MGM who just quit Starbucks.
Oh.
So he's a pretty smart dude, but I don't know if you interact with him if you ever got hired there.
yeah, I have no idea what I would be doing or if it's even happening. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not opposed to it. That's why I'm like, I did update my resume. So, like, if he asks for it, I can hand it over. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and I won't be terribly upset.
Yeah.
So,
Cast a
Okay.
wide
Don't be,
net.
don't be upset.
yeah. I don't know. We just want somewhere that's a little colder climate, and cost of living in Vegas is only going up with,
Is it?
yeah, with the stadium being built.
Oh, God. Did you see that stupid what the Raiders did?
They sold their practice facility and then bought it back. I didn't look
They
into
sold
it
it,
more
leased
than
it
that.
back.
Leased
They
it
leased
back.
it back at a 20-year lease with a
Nice.
19-year refresher for 99 years, so they can basically renew the lease every 20 years or so.
Okay.
And it's just funny because the city sold it to them for $6 million, and they sold it for 100 and something million.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you make money.
That's business.
It's fucking stupid. But yeah, that's happening. There's like another hotel that's going to be built further south of the Mandalay Bay.
There
There's
is?
Oh, the Sphere isn't?
Yeah.
That Sphere Stadium thing?
I don't know
I
what
have
it's
no idea.
called. Yeah, but
They're
there-
building a new like town square type area.
a couple.
A couple new town square
There's
type
like
areas.
another area in like Lake Las Vegas that's going to be like a full community is going to be built too.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's not getting better.
No.
So, we're just perusing.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I just, you know,
As someone that's
I
done
had
it.
yeah.
Several times.
Don't not do it, but like, think about like all the headache if you do want to move back and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know. All right.
Lots
lecture
of
over.
options.
Yeah. Guess we can start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like record the welcome to chess talk part and then put it at the beginning.
That's what I'm probably going to do.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And get my fucking chess invite, you loser.
Oh yeah.
Remember, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We play chess and
Well-
talk.
You're gonna lose to a robot? I gotta sign in. The fuck? Okay.
Because it's rated.
Rated potato.
So, this week we're going to talk about finish up BoJack. Finally.
God, did you get to watch it,
Forever.
Rob?
He said no.
No, I started watching it last night. I just could not get into it.
Ooh.
Nothing. I mean, I watched the first half, so it's not like the show is somehow material.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm not feeling this. It's okay.
Well, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about another Westworld trailer that dropped. Yeah, Brittany made a face. And then we're going to end up talking about another movie, Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Because of Parasite that we just watched.
It is a very topical movie that came out 7 years ago.
Perfect. It's got Captain America and the events that take place after Civil War.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where he is. Yeah, I figure let's talk about Westworld first, just kind of get that out of the way.
What are you talking about? It was great.
I think it was a funny trailer. I like what they did.
Why?
Which trailer? Describe the trailer, or like, what's the title of the trailer, and like, so people know what you're talking about. Because this one wasn't one that popped up like properly. This one was kind of hidden on the site.
It's unlisted, on YouTube. It's When Caleb Meets Dolores, and it's in the link dump. So, and it's just like a spoof on rom-com movies for.
Is it supposed to be like When Harry Met Sally?
Is it?
Because it said When Caleb Met Dolores.
Yes.
I feel like that's probably what they're spoofing.
That makes sense.
But
I've never seen
When
that
Caleb
movie.
Meets Dolores.
Oh.
Yeah, like the first thing that tipped me off, it was like from the producers of Westworld, and I was like, "This is Westworld," and then it says, "Introducing Westworld" or something like that. And I was like, "What the fuck's happening?"
That's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know. I still don't know what this season is going to be about. I am still very confused.
Same.
I don't know if I'm going to like this season, but Rob, I want to hear your thoughts.
I really hope this becomes a real TV series because it looks like a lot of fun. No, I think Westworld this season, from what I've seen from the producers and the writers, it's made much simpler.
Okay.
Given what happened last season, not that last season was bad, it was just a lot.
Really high concept.
Yeah, well, there was just so much to take in. Like, it was like a lot of intertwined stories. Like, I didn't know that, spoilers, at the end of season 2, when we're in the forge, it's all flooded and destroyed in the way far-flung future, Dolores shows up with, oh my god, William? The man in black?
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris's character is sitting there on the floor, kind of all, like, disoriented. That's not a human. That's a host. But he's not actually dead either. So, continuity-wise, in that time period, he's probably dead because he's human. But, like, in terms of the actual overall story, we don't know if he's dead or not in the kind of now timeline where Dolores is, escaped and everything. He's not actually dead. And that's what you see that in the trailer where he comes out of the water and he's got blood on him. He's like, I'm going to save the fucking world. Like, that's real William. So, like, I didn't know that. And I was looking through Wikipedia on it. And I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But, like, how would I know that?
Just watching the show.
Right. So I think they're going to kind of go away from that and maybe be a little bit more explicit. I did pick up on some things in the last season, but like I said, there's still a whole lot of stuff that you can just miss because there's so many things going on.
Yeah, I feel like I missed a lot because I don't remember most of it now.
It's
just too much.
I think they have recaps sometimes.
Yeah, I'll look into that because I wanted to like rewatch it, but then it just seems like such a daunting, exhausting task because it's just too much.
I think that we'll definitely at least need to like browse the episode summaries before
I'm gonna
watching
look up
season
a
3.
recap.
Yeah, just because I can't really. I just remember Dolores like getting out of Westworld, and I was like, "But why? This is dumb." So that's why I don't have that high of hopes for season 3 because I don't know what is going to happen. How is she going to start a revolution? Like, she's out, potentially she's out of the game. So like, what
if she's not?
Exactly. And also, if she is, like, what is she trying to accomplish with these regular ass people that have nothing to do with Westworld? Or
Maybe they do have something to do with Westworld.
But why?
Who knows? I don't know.
But why? Yeah.
And is fucking Aaron Paul a host? Is it all just hosts? Hosts all the way down?
I mean, I thought when one of the regular trailers, when Dolores like walks in, not Dolores, Maeve walks in to that room with the guy, and it sounds like Anthony Hopkins saying, "Hello, Maeve," but it's like this other dude, and I'm like, is this young Anthony Hopkins? Like, who is this man? I mean, obviously not young Anthony Hopkins because he looked wildly different, but it sounded like him, and that was
his face.
Yeah, and it's like Robert Ford, I think.
Yes.
But the other thing that threw me off too is that there's I forget which trailer it was. It was a trailer with Caleb, which is Aaron Paul's character. He's talking, and there's a very brief moment where it sounds like he's a robot, like the way he talks. You know that robotic sound, like it's like when someone like kind of dubs things over and kind of makes it sound different. Like I heard that thing. I'm like, wait, he may actually be a host, and we're going to be kind of tricked at some point that he may have been a human, but he gets converted or something to a host. I don't know.
I hope that the writers of Westworld have come to terms with the fact that they can't really try and do any sort of like twists like that anymore because the audience is so anticipating the twist or some weird like rug taken out from underneath them.
Yeah, the subverting expectations kind of garbage. They could probably do, but if they do it, they got to do it in such a materially different way that it's going to it should throw the audience off and not just do the typical, well, he's actually a host kind of thing, but like
Yeah.
like the reverse, like he's not a host when you expect him to be a host kind of thing.
Yeah, like allude to him being a host the whole time and then
not.
Gotcha.
he's not. Like, okay, that's not a huge twist, but it's just like, oh, okay, that's neat. Like,
Right.
you didn't do the thing, and I appreciate you for it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it comes out
March
2
15th?
weeks.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks from Tuesday.
We'll be out of town when it airs.
Oh, well.
I mean, fucking Better Call Saul just started airing, and we had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, we had finished recording last week's episode, and we're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that started again.
Yeah.
So we need to watch that. I don't know if you've caught up on that at all, Rob.
I think I've watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of it. Like it's good. It's just I'm finding that my ability to spend a lot of time doing like watching stuff is kind of slowly diminishing. Not because of the baby, just because of competing priorities. And so if I do watch something, it's like usually something in small doses. And so sitting down and watching something for, I think it's 30 or 40 minutes for Better Call Saul.
Yeah, it's a hour-long TV format.
Yeah. It's harder to like actually actively pay attention.
Yeah, unless it's something you can have in the background or while you're doing something else.
Yeah. And like we watched Parasite a couple days ago. I think it's one of the first films I've sat down on the couch and like watched from beginning to end without like getting on my phone. And so, but that's rare. That hardly ever happens. Like we've put on movies multiple times in the last like 2 weeks that I've just kind of like, not gonna watch this.
Is it because it's in a foreign language and you have to watch the subtitles?
I think that's a large component of it. Also, I was very interested in the film because I knew nothing about it. Like I'd seen one trailer and I thought it was gonna be like a horror film, which you could argue it was to a degree. But
social horror.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, so I was like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna be next? Also, reading's a thing you have to do.
Yeah, there's a new movie with Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots coming out, Vivarium. I don't know. Yeah, but I just saw the Reddit discussion and everyone was like, don't watch the trailer because it seems like the trailer gives the entire movie away. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I just won't watch this and I'll give it a try. I don't recognize her. I mean, she was in The Art of Self-Defense, which Jesse Eisenberg was also in, so I know her from that. But I mean, she was in Need for Speed. She was in 28 Weeks Later. She was in a couple other, like, not good movies, but big movies, if that makes sense. Yeah, I am on board with not watching trailers still, if I have any interest in it, because I was the same with Parasite. Like, I didn't know anything about it other than that squatters were kind of a part of it.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that. All I know is like, hey, it just seems like a weird, creepy Asian, Korean kind of horror film, like Grudge or something. Like that was kind of my initial first impressions of it.
And it wasn't.
And it got me. It wasn't. Yeah.
You ready for BoJack? Get into it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Do you care about spoilers, Rob?
I mean, the thing with nice about BoJack is that you can tell me what's going to happen. Doesn't take away the like impact of it, because it's like it's the journey for him or the characters.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I don't care.
I mean, again, spoilers for the entire show at this point.
Yeah.
Do you think that BoJack survives, Rob? Like, what's your gut tell you?
No, I think he's gonna die. I think like he's gonna die. And it's like gonna be cathartic for some other people to kind of realize, oh shit, like nothing is gonna stay the same. Things are gonna evolve. We have to like be aware that that's how life works.
You did get like the theme of the ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he doesn't die.
Damn.
He does die medically probably
Yeah.
for a couple minutes. But ultimately he lives. But yeah, the theme of like, we need to move on. Life can't always be like this.
Yeah.
Is kind of the finale. Because he ends up in jail and he gets out for a weekend.
He's not really got the same relationships with everyone he did
No.
before.
Yeah, no, like Todd and him like are brought back down to like acquaintances at this point. Todd doesn't really like interacting with him anymore. Princess Carolyn is finally no longer his agent,
Yeah.
and
And not hung up on him.
yeah, she is getting married to someone else, despite everyone making jokes saying like, "Oh, bet you never would have guessed that would happen." Mm-hmm. So that was interesting. Mr. Peanut Butter is still he's in
best
therapy
friend.
now,
He is. He's a therapy dog.
but he is just getting
In
therapy.
Yes.
So I mean, they're still like superficial friends, and I'm
Diane.
the most heartfelt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot that BoJack and Diane had such a
They had a really, like, close friendship.
yes, because you started season 1 again, and it just kind of like wanes, and you just forget about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, their last talk, because the final episode is just like one-on-one scene with each of the characters throughout the wedding, and so the final scene is Diane and BoJack talking, and Diane pretty much saying like,
This is probably the last time we're ever going to talk. But it's
And-
okay.
and like I don't want to talk to you ever again. Like I am done being there for you, but not in a mean way.
But, like, she's happy now.
And being in LA and being with BoJack like
So toxic.
doesn't make her happy, and she's finally realized that now that she's had some distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that kind of makes sense. So if you watch the relationship, it's just, well, I think it's for a lot of parts for BoJack, it's kind of just as much about him being kind of a shitty person as everybody else just
Yep.
kind of putting up with his shitty behavior.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you talking about how Diane and BoJack kind of like stop like being friends and stop at the end of this episode. It kind of makes sense though. Like she's slowly through this season, kind of slowly distanced herself, kind of rubber banded back for a second, and then it's like, well, no, what if I do this? What if I go this direction? And BoJack was kind of like having a crisis. Like, well, what if you're gone? Then what am I going to do? And then he goes and visits her. It's like, dude, settle it. You can be your own horseman. Like, go figure it out.
Yeah, and I mean, he almost is released, but his past, brings back, and that's what sends him spiraling again, of course,
Yeah.
as is BoJack's nature.
Yeah.
But I remember when we talked about this season being split, the writers and directors or creators of the show said that, like, they were happy that they got noticed so that way they could end the story how they wanted to, but it still felt rushed.
Yeah.
This last half still felt like they wanted 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the most obvious one, because Rob, I doubt you've even met Todd's mom, but Todd's mom comes into play into this story.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's this character you've heard about for years, and then it's just like, oh yeah, she's here in like the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And so that definitely seems like they wanted a season kind of Todd arc to go over that. And with how many time jumps there were in both the second to last and the last episode of BoJack, like a year passes,
Basically, yeah.
probably closer to 2 years between the last 2 episodes passes
Yeah.
with his interviews, and then the lawsuits, and then the jail. So it's just, there was so much time that they just kind of have to gloss over because they need to end the story how they wanted to.
I'll try not to say anything too spoilery, but Cody, what did you think of The View from Halfway Down?
So the penultimate episode.
Yes.
Really good. Yeah. I think probably one of the best episodes of the entire series.
Yes.
I think that I saw a very neat comment that said, season 6, you can end the show however you want to. Like, you can then stop watching on like episode 7, so the first half, where it's like, okay, this is like probably the most hopeful ending, because I think it's when he decides to go to be a professor.
Yeah.
And like, there, you end it there. If you want the bleakest ending, stop in episode 15.
Yeah.
Just stop right there, and that is what most often happens in real life.
Yeah.
That's what episode 15 is. And then episode 16 is the true ending, where
Yeah.
it's kind of sad, but still hopeful.
There's some closure.
Yes, there's closure. But I mean, I think that episode 15 is what the rest of BoJack was telling us. I don't know. That his subconscious was even accepting it and things like that. Like, it just, people say like, no, this whole show is about him redeeming himself and like getting better and coming to terms and the people growing. It's like, But does he deserve it?
Yeah. If you've done so many shitty things in your life, you can't just have a TV ending where everything's okay.
You can't just volunteer at the prison's drama department and be like, yeah, but I'm doing better.
Yeah, like when they filled those whiteboards with all the shitty things he's ever done, like, damn.
Literal whiteboards.
Yes. It's like, yeah, you can't just make up for that in half a season.
So, yeah,
Well,
I mean, sorry, Rob, but I think that it's fine. It was a good ending. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I was disappointed. I was just like, yeah, that's how that ends.
Yes, I think some shows are like that, where the ending can sometimes be abrupt, but
even if it's what they said that they intended the whole time, it's still, no matter what, it's gonna feel that way.
What show did we just watch that ended? And I was like, well, oh no, I think it was Parasite. How Parasite ended. Oh yeah, like the ending sometimes, even though you can kind of get a feeling for like what's coming, you still don't like it. So I think that might just be kind of the nature of it.
Yeah, I always anticipated with BoJack it would be this kind of not up in the air ending, but it wasn't going to be BoJack fully redeemed or BoJack dying. It was just people were going to realize they could just move on from him.
Yeah.
And he would just have to accept that. Because that's always been his biggest struggle, is everyone liking him. And he was addicted to being famous and being liked. And he finally accepted the fact that, they don't have to like me. Just because they were my friends once.
And also accepting the fact, like, I am alone. And I deal with it somehow.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, he grew.
It took that to get him there, though.
Yeah, literally rock bottom. So,
yeah. I mean, that's with addicts. So that's what they say, is that, like, because I think for all intents and purposes, BoJack is like a functioning addict throughout the entire series. Whether it's it's a substance or it's an emotion or it's like a person, he's like addicted to being needed or want like that relationship. But yeah, they say getting to rock bottom is when you finally recognize that you need to do better. You need to start making a change. So.
And he was there, and then he lost it.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Because I feel like his rock bottom had nothing to do with the drugs or the alcohol. It was wanting to be liked and have friends.
Well, the spiral in the second half was Hollyhock. That's what did it.
Yeah.
And it was him not getting that acceptance and facing the music for what he did in the past, and that's what sent him over the edge.
Yeah. It's too much, man.
Do you have any other major thoughts on the show? Do you think that this show is something that you will be able to rewatch? I know you're doing it now, but do you think like it's something you'll be able to sit and watch all the way through, or do you think there's going to be like a stopping point?
No, I'll watch it all the way through. I can't remember an episode I didn't like.
Give me 2 minutes. No. I mean, there's definitely weaker episodes in this series.
Yeah, but as a whole, it's such a good story from beginning to end that stressed me out, though, a lot. The whole thing stressed me out.
Oh, okay. I was like, elaborate.
So much happened, and it was really stressful and upsetting.
So you ready to rate it?
I will say the one thing I didn't like about the whole season was everything with Pickles. They never revisited anything with her.
I think that's part of the joke.
Okay. Like, we know this is stupid.
And it's also just like, her and Mr. Peanut Butter are superficial.
Yeah.
And so they're divorced over a text, and then we just...
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You just don't hear about it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really question it. I was just like, yeah, they're shitty. They're stupid.
You were thinking that they would do, like, another episode where...
It was Peanut Butter's perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe if they had another season, they
Maybe.
would have.
Maybe.
But apparently not.
Whatever, Netflix. We
fine.
need more of fucking Cloverfields.
We need more Cheers.
Wait, another Cloverfield?
Cheer was great. No, I'm just joking about some of the dumb movies Netflix puts out.
That's fair.
Rather than keep producing a really good show. Cheer was good. Fuck you.
To get back to that. So
Yeah.
out of 10, what, tar pits?
Sure.
Out of 10 tar pits, what would you rate season 6?
Season 6 as a whole, or the last half of season 6?
I think as a whole, because Rob wouldn't let us rate the first half until it was done.
I don't remember. Season 6 as a whole, I would say a 7. It wasn't my favorite season, but it was really...
That seems low to me.
It's still a high score.
Yeah. I would probably give it an 8. Good, still solid. Definitely felt the lack of episodes that they needed in the later half. Even though the reporters did play a part in the story, I still wasn't a fan of that storyline.
Yeah.
So that definitely knocked off some points. But yeah, it's probably mostly just the length.
Yeah, I feel like they spent a lot of time on that storyline when they could have still done the reporters, but not give them so much like screen time, and because it really didn't matter at that point, and they could have spent more time developing Todd and his mom, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, they didn't.
7 out of 10 tar pits. I
okay?
hope at least this season though there's some like award nods.
Oh, I'm sure, because they've
At
been
least
nominated before, right?
I don't think they've ever been nominated for anything.
Oh.
Because the Emmys mean nothing, but also pay attention to the show I like.
But also, when you acknowledge the show I like, you're great.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think they've won some awards though.
Have they?
They won a Writers Guild. Let's see what are the big ones who doesn't sort. Oh my god! All right, let me quick. Let's see. So they've gotten an not Emmys yet. Primetime Emmy. Oh, got a nomination. Kristen Shaw.
Kristen Shaw got an Emmy nomination?
Yeah,
That's
for two.
Sarah
That's
Lynn.
Too Much, man.
Yeah,
Was that the observatory episode?
probably.
It's 2017, so that sounds right. They won all of their awards in 2019 except for one, which was Outstanding Animated Program for an Emmy.
Boo.
Weird.
Boo the Academy. Boo. Are you ready for the last topic?
Yes, the most relevant piece of pop culture.
Snowpiercer.
What?
Snowpiercer.
Yes.
So yeah, like I mentioned at the top of the show, we saw Parasite and we liked it, and we're like, hey, he's made other movies that people like. Let's go watch them. So
Yeah.
we watched Snowpiercer because it's on Netflix. Go check it out. And it was fun.
It was fun.
I didn't enjoy it as much as Parasite. I'll just start off with that.
Yeah.
So that's my initial thoughts. I'll let Brittany go next.
It wasn't fun, but it was good.
I thought it was fun.
Fun is not the word. It was enjoyable.
It is a word.
Not the word I would use. I really liked the like smaller roles. You know, the actors and characters were seen in small doses, but they were so memorable. Like Allison Pill was really funny to me.
That's the school teacher.
Yeah. That was a really weird sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tilda Swinton was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did she win anything for that?
I'll bring it up in a minute. When's the last time you watched this movie, Rob?
Like when it first came out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Kind of surprised me that it had a almost similar theme as like Parasite is like
Yeah.
classes and
Class warfare.
Exactly.
That's
and
probably Bong Joon-ho's like...
that's why I want to see Okja next, or however you say it. I'm sorry. Because
To see if it also deals with class
because
tension.
it's about like a girl and her elephant. And so I'm like, how is this going to be class tension?
Maybe it's different. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So I thought it was just interesting. The very next one we watched of his movies was
A similar theme.
a very similar theme, just a different setting. Instead of one big house, one big train.
Interesting.
He's decreasing the scope of his movies as he grows as a director.
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton is also in that one.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Oh.
That's what I'm waiting to see. Like, what's her shoe speech in that
Yeah.
one?
What did you think of this movie when you first saw it, Rob? Because this was pre-Parasite, so I'm sure you probably... Did you know who Bong Joon-ho was at that time?
I knew The Host was a movie, but that was part of the reason why I thought it was like a creepy movie. No, I had no idea who he was. I didn't know he had even done that. I just knew The Host had existed, and I knew that it was somehow related to this, but I didn't know like how. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. It's got some dark themes, and it's interesting. But I mean, it's a good film. I think what you touched on already about the class warfare kind of nature of things is it's probably a theme, like a subtle theme for some movies, and then an overarching, just kind of like beat you over the head with it kind of thing with like Parasite. So
Yeah.
I think that's something he's probably passionate about, like kind of just painting very, openly, and like, yeah, this is kind of what happens. But it was good. It was a good movie. I liked it. I thought Tilda Swinton did great. I thought John Hurt did great. Chris Evans I thought was okay, but it was still a fun. When I say fun, I don't mean that in that like, oh yeah,
I know.
this is great. Let's keep this going. It's more like it's a
Yeah.
it's a ride. Like it's entertaining.
Yes.
I wasn't like waiting for something to happen. It was just good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely agree with Chris Evans. Like, he doesn't really have any acting to do until the very like last bit of the movie when he's talking with Ed Harris, I would say.
Yeah, he's just reluctant leader
Yes.
the whole time.
Reluctant buff guy with beard.
Reluctant buff guy with beard. I think it was funny because I was reading about how Bong Joon-ho was shown what Chris Evans could do, and he was kind of like sour on the idea of using him. But after getting to know him, they realized, like, oh no, he's actually a very versed person. But I think the character reminds me a lot of kind of like, oh my god, this is going to sound stupid at first, but let me explain it. What was that vampire movie?
Mr. Rogers.
The
Blade?
No. The teen one that came out.
Twilight?
That one. So I think he was meant to be a lot like kind of what. Oh my god, I can't think of the character's name. Kristen Stewart's character, like kind of an empty vessel to a degree, and like we see him as kind of like the guy who does the right thing, regardless of it's contextually the wrong choice because it sacrifices a lot of things, but it's like the altruistic, like this needs to happen kind of character, like what most people would expect someone to do. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, No.
Just with Rob's like, I guess, comparison, I don't entirely get, like, I get where you were going. You totally nailed like what Kristen Stewart's character is meant to be, but like, she's useless. Whereas,
no, I don't mean like he's. I don't mean he's useless.
I get like he's the empty vessel you can like project yourself into, and like what you would do in that moment, because that's what like
I'd project myself into Chris Evans.
I mean, every girl would.
Yes.
But like,
yeah, same.
Bella, her character was just supposed to be like
every girl
stand in for every girl that wants to have a hot vampire boyfriend. So like, it's not like she served any purpose other than this could be you. So like, I get what you're saying, but like, one is significantly more like useful to the story.
Well, yeah, that's why it was. It's not the perfect 1-to-1 mapping. Like, he is not her. I meant like he is like her insofar as you would map yourself onto him, but he makes the choice that I think a lot of people would make, is that he's trying to right all of these like wrongs.
Yeah.
Less so than being nondescript and kind of average like Bella is. Like, he's a little bit more fleshed out as a human person, but he still does the thing like everybody would do. He's like, yeah, I'm going to sacrifice myself because it's the right thing to do, whether or not it's the right thing to do for me if I'm going to live or not.
So he doesn't have any like super distinct personality traits because he's not supposed to be like
right.
a distinct character. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That is not the comparison I thought we would make with this movie.
But we got there.
But we did.
Yeah,
we did it.
I think that what you said about like he's the person that's going to do the right thing no matter what. I'm surprised that with Gilliam and Wilford, I almost forgot Ed Harris's character's name. Like, if they spent so much time like studying Curtis and picking him as the person to succeed Wilford, like, when did they realize like, oh no, like he isn't out for himself, like he's probably just going to end this whole thing. I don't know. I just think that was like a very odd.
I think what they saw is someone that would do what's best for the majority rather than himself.
And in their warped sense, they think that keeping the train alive is what's best for everyone, as opposed to stopping it.
Yeah, like scientist Nam Goong, I think his name is Nam.
Oh,
like he's the one that would. Like, everyone's trying to, like, work within the system and make the system work, but he's trying to break everyone out of it.
He looked familiar. That was the dad in Parasite.
It
was? Okay.
Yes.
I was like, he does look familiar, but I don't want to say he looks like this guy, because...
Yes, that's racist.
Yeah, the daughter
okay, hold on.
It's
not racist to say it looks familiar. It'd be more racist to say they look familiar because they're both Korean. That's probably worse off.
But that's the...
Okay. That's the implication.
Yes. It's like, oh, it's just another Korean guy.
So it must be this one. Yeah. No, I was not walking into that trap.
I meant to look that up before we started, but I forgot to.
That's crazy though.
That's cool. Yeah, because you mentioned that Dad in Parasite is like the Tom Hanks of
Yeah.
the South Korean film industry.
There was
Really?
like a Reddit thread about there's a Reddit thread about like, hey, people of South Korea, what are things that we wouldn't get about the movie? And one of the things is like the dad actor, Mr. Kim, and Namgoong is like their equivalent. Like he's that well known and that beloved there.
And they were talking about it in the Parasite thread because the scene where the son, Kevin, is
Teaching him how to act.
and rehearsing lines with him, so it's just like a funny irony of like, oh, this kind of nobody actor kid is teaching Tom Hanks how to act in this
They
scene.
compared it to if Ansel Elgort or whatever taught Tom Hanks how to act. Like, okay, kid. Like towards the end of the movie when he's finally with Wilford, and then he starts telling Chris Evans' character he wants him to succeed him. I was just like, what is this, Willy Wonka? Apparently that's like a theory of people's that this is a sequel to Willy Wonka.
Wait, Snowpiercer?
Yes.
And
I
that
think I've heard
Wilford
that
is
before.
Charlie.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, there's like a viral video from a few years ago that we watched this morning. It's got like 7.5 million views. Apparently it's like a common theory. It's like, is this fucking Willy Wonka? It's interesting. It's definitely not the case, but...
Why? The absence.
The only argument I bought was the Oompa Loompas.
The absence of them is
And their
why it exists.
I'll send you the video, Rob. But it's very Willy Wonka-y.
I did see this one because Veruca Salt was Tilda Swinton's character. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And they needed children to run the train because it used to be the Oompa Loompas that ran the train.
And there are no females, and so they died off.
Yes.
That's right.
And Ed Harris's character is really Charlie Bucket.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes the movie that much more enjoyable.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is so, like, otherworldly and cheery, but also horror at the same time. It's very Willy Wonka-y.
Has ever, like, commented on that. Because I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, like, there are some influences, but it wasn't intended.
He probably wanted to, like, mimic the style of it. I don't know.
It's a classic movie. I'm sure he's watched it more than once.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting movie, a lot to digest. I thought the ending was probably the worst part. With the kids just walking off into the snow, because I'm like, they're still fucking dead.
Yeah.
How are they going to survive now?
It's a prequel to Frozen.
They were both born on the train. You say it's a prequel to Frozen? It's a prequel to Ice Age.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that works. We can take that.
I don't know. I thought it was like one long Coke commercial because of the polar bear.
Oh. Demonetized. I think that was... I think I agree. That's a pretty weak ending. Like, well, they're going to go out in the snow, but we don't know what's going to happen.
Off the train.
Like, if we stop the train, so everything's okay. But it kind of fits in with like how Parasite ended. Like, it doesn't resolve itself. Like, things happen.
And you know what the true ending is, but it tries to trick you into being hopeful for what's going to happen.
Parasite fucked me up for a few days after I watched the ending. I was like, oof. Because like it like tricks you. It's like, oh, he finally got there, and then it cuts him back to him writing the letter. And I'm like, God damn it.
Nope.
Someone did the math and said that it would take Kevin, I don't know his Korean name, 500 years to make enough money to buy the house.
Will his dad still be alive by then? Do you think?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, that sounds good. That's what I thought.
He just needs some fancy dancy protein blocks.
Chronal. Oh no, protein blocks.
Yeah, the protein blocks.
Not the bomb.
The delicious sustenance that
what was that made out of again? Bugs?
Cockroaches.
That's right.
Bugs.
Just thousands of bugs swirled up together. Any other thoughts? Good movie.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like his style.
Yeah. So do you think we will watch Okja for next week? Or next week is 240, but 241.
Yeah. I'm interested in watching it.
So yeah, I think we're going to wrap up now. Thanks everyone for listening. Thank Rob for coming back.
Thank you.
Yeah, dog.
And like I mentioned, 240 is next week. We are going to be playing a board game. It's a fun one. We brought one returning guest and one brand new guest to be on it. So keep your ears peeled for that. And we'll be back later. Check us out on Spotify, iTunes, everything. We got a Twitter, we're on Instagram, YouTube, and Show us pictures of your dog.
Yes, please.
Someone better do it.
Please.
We have been in a dog drought, aside from Chloe. But yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.